Give me lots of juice. Yeah, I love the juice. Let's get myself a little bit low end here. Yeah, oh, feeling good. Yeah. All night long. I don't even know what that means, but when you use that voice, you gotta say something. Yeah, baby. You know how to please me. Oh, now stop it. Get your minds out of the gutter. Hello. I'm so glad you guys are here. This is part 2 of a 2-part installment of questions and answers. And, part of the Mustache Club, right? I love it. Make sure you get a picture. Oh my gosh. So we're going to take as much time as possible chatting about whatever your desire is. Not that kind of desire. But whatever you want to talk about, whether it's any of my work or any of your work, or your time spent in prison. Shame. Boom! I'm on a roll this weekend. Yesterday, you guys that weren't here, it was amazing. I was like, I kept remembering people's names, you know? Natalie. Boom! He shoots, he scores. Okay, let's talk about whatever you'd like to talk about. I don't have a ton of my voice left, as you can hear, because after doing a lot of talking and hey, how are you? It goes away. So I would beg your indulgence not to ask me, do a Broly line. You know, do a short rant. Please, I beg mercy. I beg mercy. All right? So who's got a question? Who's going to start us off in style? Perhaps you will.
It's my first birthday. I was wondering if I could sing happy birthday to you.
Is that true? What's your name? Bugsy? Bugsy like Bugsy Malone, the mobster? Do your parents not like you? I'm serious. Mugsy? Monk? C? Oh, it's too late. I just heard that her name is actually Sydney. Alright? But you like Monk C, don't you? Alright, everybody, you didn't know that you were going to be part of a musical number when you walked in here, did you? So now we're all going to sing Happy Birthday. Come here, Monk C. Step in here. Come on. Stand here and take your punishment. Ready? Mugsy. Don't forget. No, Monksy. Monksy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Monksy. Happy birthday, dear Monksy. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Question? Who has a question? No questions? This is going to be the shortest Q&A ever. Pardon me? My partner in crime? Well, we just had some Indian food for lunch, and he's taking a break someplace, probably sweating out, you know? Tandoori chicken. But, yeah, he's just chilling. This is my Q&A. He already had his turn. You are mine. Yes.
Okay, we talked a little yesterday about your character in Air. You play the main character in that.
We love Air.
And you have
Don't
like...
Yes.
And you have a bit...
We all love Air, whether we know it or not.
You have a little different of a voice for that character than your norm. And I noticed that character is pretty tall. And I was wondering if that was your tall voice.
What are you implying? Saying that the character's pretty tall. You know, his name was Yukito. How many of you have seen that show, Air? Oh my gosh, right? Beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love that show. And you know what's funny is that it's not so much that the voice is very different as much as it is attitude. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Got a little tickle. What's interesting about Yukito is more of his attitude. His kind of he's cynical. He's you know what I mean. He's jaded from his hard luck and being homeless and hungry a lot. So his voice is not terribly different from mine, but it's just more of a kind of, I don't really care much about things, you know? Come on, Masuzu, right, you know? It's just that kind of a, you know, labor, just shut up. But I love that show. If you guys have not seen Air, you want to pick it up and watch it. It is so beautiful, and it's a great story, and you can cry. And a lot of you guys are like, why do I want to cry? That's not how I want a good fight. Are there any good fight scenes in it? There are, actually. But you'll have to watch the whole series to find out. Question. Did you have a question? Who's got one? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Thank you. You saved me.
Identify with the characters? What did you identify with in Yukiko?
Were you here yesterday? Ah, see, she's invoking a question from yesterday. Somebody asked me about how do you identify with different characters that you play. You know, what do you use to get into a character? And I said something to the effect of you always try to find something about any character that you identify with, something that moves you or appeals to you. You know what appealed to me? It wasn't that I had this in common with Yukito, but I sympathized. The part about of that character that I loved was I really felt bad for him. I felt like he was a good guy who got a bad shake, you know, and I was moved with compassion for somebody who would be so down on their luck and have nowhere to sleep, and you know, never knew when their next meal was going to come from. So because of that quality of the character, I kind of opened my heart to the character and really wanted to connect with that element of the character. It's not always something that maybe you have in common with the character as much as it is something about the character that moves you, or that you really feel something for emotionally. Question? I saw a couple all at one time. Yes. If Tamaki wasn't rich, what would his daytime job be? Well, I think it's fair to say he'd be a male escort, don't you think? Nah, as a high school student, that probably wouldn't work so well. Tamaki, let's see. I think Tamaki would be a hairstylist. Hey, Shamin. Lorraine, how you doing? Two more. Shamin. Lorraine. Who's got a question? Yes. Be thinking of questions, you guys. Bob. I know you're just here with the daughter, but think of a good question. Bob, right? Yeah. Boom. When I first started dubbing anime, what was the weirdest thing? Well, all of it was weird. I mean, you guys, when I was your age, I was in love with Speed Racer. Not in a weird, I'm in love with Speed Racer way, but just I loved that show. And what was funny was I didn't really know what made it so different. I couldn't quite identify what made it so different, but it was clearly different from the regular Bugs Bunny Roadrunner Hour, you know, or Snidely Whiplash, or, you know, Bullwinkle and Rocky. I loved it, but I didn't know what it was about it that I liked so much. And my friend and I, this is so funny because it's so prophetic, if you will. It's just so weird how things happen. When I was a little kid, my friend and I used to run around imitating the voices on Speed Racer. As a kid, with no clue how that was made, where it came from, who did these voices, without any idea that I might ever be doing anything like that, we were running around making voices that we thought sounded like Pops Racer and Chim Chim and Spritle and Speed and Trixie, and of course my friend was Trixie. I wasn't Trixie. I was kidding. And so the neatest thing for me when I first started dubbing anime was it was really an odd experience, because there are a lot of technical elements to recording a voice for animation that's already done.